Hello everyone, and welcome to yet another unboxing by myself, Scratchings Magder, the idiot with a microphone. Today we are unboxing a brand new Echo unit. I can say that word without fear because I have set the magic word to something else in this room. So I had to open this box briefly to see what we were dealing with, and now I know. So once again, Amazon has gone crazy with packaging. This is an amazingly secure box. This is heavy. It is thick. It has some weight to it. Now, the other day, I got my new Paperwhite, which came... I can show you. I can take a little break to show you this. I'm almost there. Hold on a second. All right. So it came in this box, which is wicked small, right, for what it is. Like you can see here with my hand for reference that it's about the right size, but it just doesn't seem like it's big enough to have real technology in it, because it's only 4 inches across, but just a couple millimeters in there, just barely a centimeter in thickness for what it needs. And one of the things that really made me happy about this packaging is this inner sleeve here, right? It's beautifully embossed. It's got the Kindle logo and the person reading on it. But everything just slid right in there. So once I got it out of the box, I could see just how elegant the design was to have, the Kindle be right there. And they sent me a cord, and the cord beefed up in there, but they didn't send me a power brick. Now, they rightly assumed that I had a power brick because, this is not my first Kindle, nor is this my first Echo device. And given that the last Echo, the Echo Dot 3 that I got, came with a hockey puck sized power brick to go along with the hockey puck sized Echo, I'm really interested to see what the power supply is going to be like on this. You can tell right away that it's a different form factor. These are round and orb-like, and they're probably going to be around 6 inches spheroid. We'll see when we open this thing up. It is already set to my account, and I will not be showing you the setup today because, passwords and all sorts of other stuff. But I will skip ahead a bit once I've got this out of the box, so that I could have just taken this tape off, couldn't I? Instead of using my second favorite tool. You never know sometimes how much tape there is, right? And there'll be a little extra hanging out and doing stuff. Don't need this. All right. Well, it looks like there will be a big power brick. In fact, there is. And unlike all the other Kindles that I've got over the years, there's been a few, this is integrated. It is not a USB plug. It is a solid transformer brick here. What is that? 30 watts. That is madness. A 30 watt. I'm not even sure the plug will handle this. There's no light on it. It's simply on. But looks like I've got a good meter's worth of cable here. I do have a meter's worth of cable. So 30 watts and a big meter. That is, I've seen chargers like that, but only on 5-watt chargers. So it's going to be really important to keep track of this guy over the years, until my next upgrade, of course, to make sure that this doesn't get put on anything else. You see here, it wants me to use the Alexa app on my phone to set up. I will do that. There's important information in the box. Get that in a moment. It has, oh, look at that. See, that is an interesting bit there. This has a tripod mount. I could really mount this anywhere in the room. I could mount this as a floating speaker somewhere. It's really interesting. Let me get this plastic off and I can take a better look at things. Here's where I do need the knife. I'm going to try not to cut myself because that would be bad. I really was not expecting the tripod mount. I should have, paid more attention to the sales listing, but, I was so happy to get in on the pre-order. There were a limited number of these that were sent out. Good Lord, that is something right there. So this is going to have a little better sound than the Echo Dot 3 that I've got. I can feel the buttons on the top of this too. So I'm trying to get the, there you go. You can see all these little branding bits, including the Zigbee branding. I'm not really sure what's going on with that. Amazon EU Luxembourg, Amazon.com Services LLC. There's a little button down there. Not sure what that is. That's a reset button or something else. But this here is going to be interesting. That gives me a little more options. Of course, after I ordered this, I saw that one came in charcoal gray, like my preferred box. So I had two of these guys. I traded in my original Echo, the big tall one. I traded it in for enough credit to get two of these Dot 3s a couple of years ago to use as a stereo pair. I thought I would be able to get all my music digitized and play it through the stereo pair. None of that worked. Apparently only music that you download from Amazon will work on the stereo pair, and it really was a shitty stereo pair at that. But this puts out some decent music. It really does. It's got the all-around speaker like this, gives you enough range to do things. No bass, of course. They designed these to work with an Amazon subwoofer, which is like $200, right? And if you are of the opinion that you can use an Amazon subwoofer with your Dots, you are on the opinion that you have too much money. Now, they have Amazon soundbars, which are really interesting with Alexa built in, but I didn't find those to be too interesting for my use cases. So, I am going to set this thing up. I'll show you a couple more things here. So this is the same, almost the same button arrangement we had before. So plus minus, this is the mute and this is the action. So that's reversed from what this is. This has more microphones visible, 4 microphones there. I'm assuming there's 1 billion microphones placed all around this. Just right there. I mean, this thing's like a chemical fire extinguisher, right? Or like a bomb that I have to throw at somebody. So this feels solid. This feels like, the money I paid for it is going to be reciprocated in use. Before I install this, there'll be a brief pause as the video goes through. We'll go over the documentation that came in the box. We've got our important information here. Basically, it's saying don't get it wet. Yeah, don't get it wet. Do not expose your device or adapter to liquids is the very first thing it says here. If it gets wet, unplug all the cables, yada, yada, yada. Install your power adapter to an easily accessible socket outlet located near the equipment that will be plugged into or powered by the adapter. Avoid prolonged listening at high volume from an open air speaker. That's good news. We got 18 volts, 1.67 amps. It's made to be used at normal human temperatures, 0 to 35 C. Yada yada, FCC, yada yada, radio frequency, and how to recycle it. And then here we've got our setup guide. Oh, look at that. It's going to tell me where the microphone stuff is. So, threaded universal mount on the bottom. It was a happy surprise. Turn off the microphone. That will make Lindsay happy. Oh, look at that. You could just tap this body for action. That's pretty cool. All right, 6 in English. I will not be using the Alexa because it's a lot more like AXA question when I am talking with my normal accent, which I don't have. Don't have an accent. Totally have an accent. Download the app. 3.5 millimeter line in or out. I will probably try. I can hook because this will be sitting here next to my Crosley stereo. The Crosley stereo has a 3.5 millimeter in. I will probably pair those two together briefly. See how the extra speaker noise works. I probably won't though. Wants to use the Echo app, of course. I'm a big fan of the Echo app. It controls my lights, number of rooms in the house. Not as many as I'd like, but do that. We've also got the wireless calling options. So, more documentation for my drawer documentation here. And let's get this set up. I'll be back in a few minutes. All right, we're back. A couple cool things happened when I plugged this thing in, so I wanted to record those as part of the process so that you could all see. Also, when I went to unplug the charger for the old, or the power supply for the old Echo Dot, I noticed that it also is a corded power supply. I should have remembered that since I just shipped one of these off to a friend. It is a 15 watt power supply, but very bricky. And I will be, of course, sending this off to somebody else who will need it. These things are fairly worthless, these Echo Dot 3s. You can get them for like 10 bucks, 10, 15 bucks in the store. So I just don't need to get value back out of this. I've had them for a couple of years. I've got all the value I'm likely to get. So I'll be recycling this like I recycle a lot of my technology of late. And I've got a box to ship it in. It'll be pretty cool. All right, I am going to plug in this thing. And as you can see here, it's got, oh, there we go, there you can see. So there is my, if I can actually work the plug-in, there we go. And it lights up immediately, and that light is pretty cool. It's blue like Tron. You know, a lot of the electronics in here are blue like Tron. It's searching around. The other one had the light ring on top, and so when it was active you could see it, but with all the more circumference down here, it's a little cooler, I think, to be in action. And it fits here next to the Crosley pretty well. This is the line in I was talking about, so I will see about threading.
Hello. Your device is ready for setup. Just follow the instructions in your Alexa app.
And there you have it. So I'm going to set this thing up, and I'll be back in a few. All right, I fired up the Alexa app for the first time on my new phone, and look at that. There is an Echo just waiting to be set up there. So we're going to do that. I'm definitely going to agree to the terms and conditions. Currently selecting my Wi-Fi network. I won't show you my screen. It's taking a little bit of time, which is not the worst thing in the world to happen. We get to look at the nifty lights. Look at those lights. I really am impressed with the construction of this thing. I keep saying this a lot with the technology that I get of late, but this is nice. It really is nice. It may be the last one I have to buy for a while. Of course, they came out with a different model that does different things after I got this. It's taken a while to set up Wi-Fi here. I don't know why. I am connected to Wi-Fi. I can see it. And my Wi-Fi network is stored on Amazon servers. That's not terrifying. I don't know what is. It's a simple way to re-enable some things. To give you a hint of size, we will default to one of our favorite tools here on Idiot with a Microphone, my measuring level. So what we got there? Oh, wait. If we're going to actually measure something, we should turn it to the measuring side. So 6.5 inch square, cube or so. Cube, that's a round thing. Sphere, that's what those are called. Lost a word again. Haha, isn't that fun? And, well, I don't really know what to do else. Keep talking while I set up this Wi-Fi. So let me figure out what's going on with that. And I'll be back in a minute. Or, even less time for you who are listening. So I canceled the automatic wireless setup that was going on, and it came and told me, hey, your device isn't registered. Press and hold the action button. Not only do we get to see this wicked cool purple light, but now I get to press and hold this button. And when it turns orange, I will hit continue on my phone. There we go.
Now in setup mode. Follow the instructions in your Alexa app.
Here we go. That worked a lot better. Here's my Wi-Fi network on the phone. Now, one of the things that I've had to do to set up previous, look at that, boom, just like that, connected.
Your Echo is ready.
For the input for the .3 that I just replaced, for the Series 2 in the master bedroom, and for the Series 1 that I've got as my roamer for parties and going outside. There's a complex process of getting everything hooked up on the same wireless network and then logging out of the wireless network on my phone into the wireless network of the device itself. Now, this time, it didn't. I just, because my wireless network was saved, we got, okay, what room is this in? This is in the office. So I'm going to tell it it's in the office. Continue. Until I get what my address is, you don't get to see. Setup complete. All right, I am going to switch. I gotta skip that. All right. Now I have to go and remove the Echo Dot from that was in this room from my phone. Device settings. Yep, it was there. I am going to deregister this thing. All right, just like that, it moved off. That's what I wanted. I am renaming this device. You don't get to see the name, but that's okay. I am going to rename the wake word to my favorite wake word. Yeah, it'll take a few minutes. That's fine. It's now thinking about the wake word and listening for the wake word and a couple things. Because I live in the future and I'm a giant nerd, I like to use the word computer. This happens hilariously a few times where it will activate itself while I'm on a stream because I'm talking about my computer or things that I've done with my computer, or even when I'm recording a video like this and mentioning computers. But we've changed the wake word. What else do we have to do to set this up? Here's my Wi-Fi network. Here's my speaker. I think I can pair this with... I think I can actually pair this with the Bluetooth speaker that's on my desk. I'll figure it out later. But that would be pretty cool. Now that Bluetooth speaker is also plugged into my computer, so it could get weird. I'm going to set follow-up mode on. That's when you can ask more than one question to the device in a row without having to repeat the wake word. It's a little useful. All right, there are tap gestures. That's important. I can reach over and tap this thing to stop an alarm going. Communications enabled. Yes, if you know how to reach me, this thing will probably go off and we could have a call over Alexa. Something I don't do that often because, my friends are nerds, but we're not that big of a nerd that we need to talk to each other on our Echo devices. Of course, this having been said, a couple of my friends might add me to their contact list and we can have those conversations. But it is currently setting up. I think we're fine. Are we all the way set up? We're all the way set up. Computer, what time is it?
It's 4:13 p.m. By the way, any time is a good time for unwrapping presents. Do you want to hear some gift ideas?
No.
No problem.
All right, I can feel Lindsay's disapproval from the other room, so I am going to wrap up this video. Thank you for paying attention. Once again, I am the idiot with the microphone, Scott James Magner, and I am signing off.